weeks since the oligarchs installed Kamala Harris as the Democratic nominee for president. She's done 0 interviews. She did a press gaggle that lasted about 70 seconds, short scripted rallies here and there. Her campaign was kind of like a Seinfeld episode, complete with a sidekick that's bald and pudgy like George Costanza, the main character, a joke everyone laughs at, and the core of the show, all about nothing.
Like I have white guy tacos and
what is
like
that,
black,
like mayonnaise and tuna? What are you doing?
pretty much ground beef and cheese.
That's
and,
okay. Do you put any flavor in it?
No.
Oh.
Here's the deal.
Laugh now, Kamala, but we'll be crying if you're elected. Today, Kamala Harris revealed herself to be a communist.
As president, I will go after the bad actors. And I will work to pass the first ever federal ban on price gauging on food.
Price gouging. In an effort to tackle the soaring inflation she and Joe Biden fueled on day one of their regime by strangling the oil industry, Kamala, in a blatant attempt to sort of distance herself from the Biden regime, announced that if elected, she will institute the following. 3 million government-funded apartments, $25,000 handout for some first-time home buyers. She wants to cap prescription drug costs. She wants to eliminate medical debt for millions of Americans, a $6,000 child tax credit, and price controls on food. Now, first of all, like Glinda the Good Witch in The Wizard of Oz to Dorothy, Kamala, you already have this power. Just click your heels and get Joe to sign the executive orders now and call it a day if you want to do all this. But we know why she's doing it. She's desperate. She wants to buy votes using, of course, our tax dollars. And of course, a certain segment of the population will actually fall for this scam, another one. And another segment will see, like probably us, will see our taxes go up to pay for all of it. So as for the child tax credit increase plan, you know, it's a good idea, right? Well, of course it is. J.D. Vance already proposed it last week.
The child tax credit has languished thanks to the Biden administration because Harris has failed to show fundamental leadership. Chuck Schumer's been unable to get it through the United States Senate, and we want to have a more pro-family policy. One of the things you can do is make it bigger per child. I think we'd love to see it at a higher dollar value. And again, President Trump and I have proposed that. I mean, look, I'd love to see a child tax credit that's $5,000 per child, but you, of course, have to work with Congress to see how possible and viable that is.
And while the fake news criticized Vance's idea then, let's take a look at how Kamala's idea is being covered today. I mean, look at the difference, guys, right? The hypocrisy. It's kind of frightening if you think about it. So let's get this straight. The only good ideas Kamala has proposed, the child tax credit and the no tax on tips for service workers, actually came from the Trump campaign. I know it's shocking, right? To realize that chameleon is also a copycat. As for Kamala's price control idea, that's not an original one either. According to a Bloomberg Reuters analysis, when Venezuela's Maduro instituted price controls in 2013, inflation skyrocketed. Look at that, oh my God, over 1 million%. As for Kamala's food price gouging narrative that high prices are simply a result of greedy grocers, well, let's look at this. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, average cost for businesses has risen just as much as costs charged to consumers. So if they were trying to be greedy, they're not doing a good job out of it. I mean, is also clueless. This woman, she's never held a private sector job in her entire life. She has no idea what she's doing. So drug cap costs, you know, all of these, they're popular in theory, but not in practice. Even the radically left Washington Post calling out Kamala. So let's get this straight. Kamala wants Americans to be beholden to the government for food, housing, medicine, and I'm sure the taking away of your guns will also be proposed soon, too.
It has to be about a goal of saying everybody should end up in the same place. And since we didn't start in the same place, some folks might need more. Equitable distribution.
Giving resources based on equity, understanding that we fight for equality, but we also need to fight for equity, understanding not everyone starts out at the same place.
We've heard that before. By the way, she has said that exact same phrase multiple times. And if that doesn't end the election, today's announcement should right here, right now, because if Kamala's communist style policies are implemented, It would be the largest government takeover in U.S. history, bigger than Obamacare. As a child of parents who fled a communist regime, I know firsthand how all of this ends. Kamala's declaration of war on capitalism is the first step to total domination by the elite ruling class, the same class that ousted Joe and anointed her as a Democratic nominee despite never receiving a single vote.